integration of cutting-edge technology. Experience the future of connectivity, effortless and intuitive, making content creation effortless. Unlock the transformative potential with Zazmic. With a global force of 450 experts across 50+ countries, we excel in DevOps, AI ML, migrations and cloud infrastructure. Top-notch certifications back our suite of services led by Google Cloud Premier Partnership. Revolutionize your business today with Zazmic. Seamless integration of cutting-edge technology. Experience the future of connectivity, effortless and intuitive, making content creation effortless. Unlock the transformative potential with Zazmic. With a global force of 450 experts across 50+ countries, we excel in DevOps, AI ML, migrations and cloud infrastructure. Top-notch certifications back our suite of services led by Google Cloud Premier Partnership. Revolutionize your business today with Zazmic. Seamless integration of cutting-edge technology. Experience the future of connectivity, effortless and intuitive, making content creation effortless. Unlock the transformative potential with Zazmic. With a global force of 450 experts across 50+ countries, we excel in DevOps, AI ML, migrations and cloud infrastructure. Top-notch certifications back our suite of services led by Google Cloud Premier Partnership. Revolutionize your business today with Zazmic. Seamless integration of cutting-edge technology. Experience the future of connectivity, effortless and intuitive, making content creation effortless. Unlock the transformative potential with Zazmic. With a global force of 450 experts across 50+ countries, we excel in DevOps, AI ML, migrations and cloud infrastructure. Top-notch certifications back our suite of services led by Google Cloud Premier Partnership. Revolutionize your business today with Zazmic.
Hello everyone and welcome. Thanks for joining us here today. My name is Marcus. I'm the Director of Cloud Sales and Services here for Zazmic in Europe. And we're here to talk to you today about our AI capability and also our specialization with cloud migrations. We're here obviously to kind of introduce you to us and just kind of showcase some of our expertise and some of our skill that we've developed over the years, and obviously with Google in our partnership as well. So we're here specifically to talk to you today about our capabilities around AI, about what we can do and what we can offer in terms of software development. We're going to showcase some, kind of real world examples of where we've applied Gemini and the actual platform from that Google offer in terms of AI, and how we've kind of brought that to some of our customers. Then we're going to introduce you to the concept of our AI workshops that, again, we collaborate with Google on, and it's just something that you as a Google customer can get access to by working with Zazmic. And then, as we touched on, we're going to talk to you about how we've used the power of AI to enhance the process of migrating to the cloud, which was something that previously was probably quite a slightly anxious decision to make for a lot of organizations. But with the technology and the availability of the power of Gemini today, we've been able to make that more streamlined and efficient. And then we'll close off just again with what happens once you move on to GCP with Zazmic and with Google, and what we can offer in terms of cost savings and benefits to you as a customer. So let me just introduce our team. So obviously myself, I'm the Director of Cloud Sales and Services here for Zazmic in Europe. Joining me today is Natalia. She's our field sales representative covering the UK and other markets in Europe in English. And then we're lucky to have today with us Yuri, who's a co-founder of Zazmic, and it's our in-house AI evangelist. And then likewise, we're joined by Andrew, who's our senior customer engineer, who's got a lot of experience working with various sizes of businesses, going through their transition over to GCP, and likewise using the benefit of the AI tools that it offers. So let me just kick off. So Zazmic have been in business for a long time. We're primarily a software development business, and you will see that obviously through the content that we're going to be discussing today. So we've been in business now over 13 years. We've been working primarily with machine learning and AI technology throughout those years. And, over the course of that time, we've seen this technology evolve, as everyone has seen, but we've also seen it evolve in terms of how customers are using it and the different use cases and scenarios that customers are looking for AI. So we've got that kind of in-depth knowledge and experience when you as a business are trying to understand where AI fits or how it could fit into your operations. Our years of experience have kind of allowed us to kind of show you the best approach and how that can be utilized. So outside of that, though, we are also a Google Premier Partner. We've been in partnership with Google for over three years now. We're obviously talking to you today from our EMEA operations, which is headquartered in Dublin. I'm just actually south of the Google offices here, but we're actually a global organization based, headquartered globally from San Francisco, but also we got operations across Asia and South America. And ultimately what we're bringing to everybody is our software development skills. We have a global team, global workforce of engineers and developers, over 400 in total. And that allows us to bring this expertise that I discussed earlier for those niche cases that you have or individual kind of industry types that you have. Our global engineering force is what we can bring to that. So we work with our project management team, who will work with you to understand basically what the requirements are, and then we kind of designate our engineering workforce based on the use cases. So that's just a quick introduction on our coverage. Also, just quickly add for Europe, our kind of language coverage right now is across French, English, Dutch, German, and Turkish. But obviously today we're kind of primarily talking to you from English territories. So this view here is just to kind of represent how we're, how we're kind of bringing customers onto GCP. So as I previously mentioned, we help you build and design solutions using GCP products at its core. So that may mean that you're struggling with in-house expertise in terms of software development, could be back end, front end, you name it. We can provide that service for you. We can, like we said previously, bring in our engineering resources to help you get past any challenges that you have in your own custom development. Likewise, we bring you onto GCP. You may use Google as your primary cloud provider or a multi-cloud solution. It may be a hybrid operation. We can do all of that. And what the uniqueness is with Zazmic is that we're using the power of AI now to make that more streamlined and efficient. So typically what we see is that when a customer comes to us with an objective to move to GCP or seeking our advice on how to do it, from the initial conversation to the stage that we begin getting that customer onto GCP, we've got that down to less than 30 days at this point. And AI is helping us streamline that process even further. So something that was previously a very kind of anxious task, has becoming more and more efficient with the advances in AI. Then when you're on GCP and when you're up and running with some of the, the technology that we've built for you, we also provide ongoing services and support. So that can be from a managed services perspective, it can be staff augmentation, but we just give you that peace of mind. And that's also kind of packages that we can offer for you when you've adopted GCP products. Then, of course, like I mentioned, areas around cost savings and discounting are also there. But at the core of everything that we do is AI. Gemini is the huge product and the product range that comes with that. And ultimately, we want to make sure that, you are getting the best out of the technology that's available through Google, basically. Now, I'm going to pause on this for a moment, but it's just something that Yuri, as our kind of in-house AI evangelist, has been famously quoted for. I guess a lot of people are probably talking over a few drinks on a Friday now about, joking about AI taking over jobs. We're not seeing that in the industry. We're not seeing AI kind of actively going out there replacing jobs. It's not about that. It's about enhancing business. It's about, supporting and enhancing workflows for your team and your team members. And what we're seeing is that, time and time again, we're seeing a lot of businesses adapt and adopt AI solutions. And they are the ones that we're noticing that accelerate now. They are the ones that are moving forward the fastest. So if you have not considered AI in your 2025 roadmap, perhaps, now is the time to start doing that. And obviously that's where we can come in. We are quite familiar with people and businesses coming at AI from many different angles, whether it's like you've done a lot of research yourself and you've tried to do something, you've hit a wall, or you're simply just exploring and you're trying to understand where it fits. That's essentially where we can help. And that's what we're going to talk to you more about today. So just a quick kind of overview on some of the solutions that are available on GCP that we leverage. And again, this is a summary view, but ultimately the way to kind of think about this is across 3 different levels. So there's your foundational level, then your platform level, and then your advanced level. So if you imagine the foundations is the kind of typical day-to-day areas that we may use on our smartphones, or it could be on a website, things like simple translation of languages. It could be simply dictating some in English, and then the information is translated into different languages. So that's speech to text. And then vice versa to that is converting, uploaded text and converting that to multiple languages. For example, if you're creating kind of global training material, maybe you're launching your e-commerce platform across different regions and you need to translate all of your content for a new region that you're entering. That type of technology can be very quickly adapted through GCP and make that process for you very efficient. Likewise, with Vision API from Google, you can use this for analyzing images and videos to extract data and insights, which was always quite a manual process previously. So, if you think about sort of like, leveraging video content for marketing to kind of identify products, or leveraging content for traffic analysis to see how many buses are flowing in a certain area at a certain time, for example. All of this type of technology is available through the power of GCP. And Document AI is something that we're going to talk about shortly, but that's one of the most common usage products that we have, or that we see being used on GCP, because everybody's got mountains of documentation that they need to process and that they need to, bring into data. And that's where Document AI is very powerful. Then there's obviously the platforms that Google offer. So Vertex AI is that unified platform. It's the kind of the foundation to a lot of the AI models that can be deployed and managed across GCP. But then there's also the type of kind of platforms that are leveraged to support staff or call center. So Contact Center AI is a very powerful platform where you may have a multi-layered approach to handling your customers, whether that's through chat, email, and phone. Contact Center AI is designed to basically sit in the middle of your agents, or in some cases be able to take on some of the role that your agents would normally take in terms of customer handling or email handling and so on. Then, of course, like we mentioned, there is Gemini. So you can take everything that I've just talked about now and add Gemini to that. So looking at, the technology as it's evolving right now, we're talking about large language models. We're talking about, image generation. We're talking about kind of advanced recommendations, advanced predictive kind of next steps. So if you think about all of the previous ideas around foundations and platforms, when you add Gemini to that, it allows you to really innovate what was previously just data. Now you can innovate, you can make it smarter, you can make it more, basically intelligent in a way that helps you gain and view and use insights into your business that you hadn't previously considered before. Okay. I'm now going to hand you over to Andrew. He's a member of our senior customer engineering team, and he's going to take you through Document AI and then some additional use cases for Gemini and other AI platforms. Over to you, Andrew.
Thank you. My name is Andrew Dunn. I'm a customer engineer over here at Zazmic. Today, I'll be talking about Document AI and some of the tooling that we've created utilizing Document AI and some forms of Gemini and generative AI. Document AI helps transform unstructured documents into usable data. This means no more manual data entry or stifling through piles of paperwork. It helps streamline key business processes. Imagine automating invoice processing, loan applications, or logistics. This helps frees up your time for higher value work. Document AI also unlocks valuable insights by using BigQuery to analyze the data and understand trends and identify bottlenecks. This helps you make better decisions. And it's not just about automation, it's also about intelligence. Generative AI is used to build smarter document processing applications, answer questions about your documents, and even automate document comparison. One of the toolings that utilizes Document AI very heavily would be an enterprise knowledge solution. There are three main segments that go along with the knowledge solution. The first one is going to be document ingestion. The second one is going to be the data storage. And the third one is going to be document serving. I'm going to walk through the process of an enterprise knowledge solution similar to the one that we built out. The process starts with a user uploading documents into a cloud storage bucket. The document is processed using a workflow and is then kicked off using Cloud Compressor. The file is either accepted or rejected. Rejected files will be moved to a separate storage bucket. The files are then validated and transformed with a processor job deployed through either Cloud Run or App Engine. Our instance currently uses App Engine for easier scalability and easier use. Document AI then parses the files and stores the metadata in a BigQuery database. The metadata can then be accessed later at a future point to help with comparing files and making educated decisions. The raw files in the process are stored in a process storage bucket. Once the files have been processed, you can then interact with the data through natural language and to help gain further insight with your data. The user interface utilizes a search app that is built through Vertex AI Agent Builder, and it uses a BigQuery database as its data store to help handle the vast amount of metadata. Let's see what this looks like. So this is the user interface that we have for our enterprise search solution. Here we've given it a context window. We want it to find information from a document stored in the data store. The files and attachments in the data store contain information required to answer these questions. We want you to generate answers based on the information in the documents and be factual. We're asking for only the top 2 to 3 sources just so we can be as accurate as possible. So here I'm going to ask it, this demo is in regards to a bunch of financial records of a particular business. So we're going to ask it some questions in regards to my profit and costs associated with that. What was my most profitable month? So this should spit us back with an answer and give us a little bit more insight onto why the particular month was the most profitable. Based on the financial data, the most profitable month for the business was December 2016. The business unit software had a total profit of just over 43 million. And the business unit advertising had a profit of 10 million. So not only is it just telling me my most profitable month, it's breaking it down and telling me, each one of my business units' most profitable months, which is awesome, even more than I asked it for. Let's see if we can get a little more insight here. What business unit cost the most to run? maybe we can figure out some of the costs associated to some of this profit. Here you can see the business unit that cost the most to run in 2022 was software. Actually breaks down the total cost, about $32 million to run the software department. The total cost for advertising was about $8 million. So you can see there's a substantial difference there. Let's ask it one more question and see if we can get what month did payroll cost the most each year? So this is a kind of a two-phased question. We're asking for which month the payroll costs the most, and we're actually asking it for each year as well. You can see this response. Payroll was the highest in December. It looks like December is the most frequent offender here, taking the top month for all of the years except 2023, which budgeted November as the highest month here. And say, well, I want to be factual with my searches here. Let's look at the sources here. You can see that it's got a financial text document and then financial sample data. These are two of the documents that we have in our data store. Not only can you view the list of documents, but you can actually view a snippet of those documents, whether you want to look at the raw file, or you can actually view a markdown to where it's a little more friendly on the eyes. But this is just one of the use cases for a document search solution. Let's kind of dive into some other ones. This can be used to help, with regulatory and code compliance, and it's also used for, needle in a haystack information. If you have a large documents that a large stack of documents that you need to search for one bit of information in, this tool really can take some time off the overall searching process. It can also help improve efficiency of your overall staff. Another good use case for this would be a training and search solution for your employees. They can utilize this as an assistant for any particular engagement that they're going through, whether a particular client has any specific allergies or any specific requirements. Really just depends on whatever use case. It really helps with improving employee self-service rate, so less management involved, and improves customer satisfaction in the same vein. This next demo I'm going to be going through is a content generation demo with Vertex AI. It uses an RSS feed or a data store as its starting point. Data is then parsed from the documents and run through Gemini to help supplement any missing information. Not only can you incorporate Gemini, but you can also incorporate Imagen to create images that go along with that text, creating full-fledged articles. This can drastically reduce the time it takes to create content. Let's see what that looks like in a demo here. So this is a user interface that we have built out. It has a prompt. We can either choose a specific topic or we can enter a custom text prompt. We're just going to do real estate for sake of ease. And then it has the ability for us to generate an image or to not generate an image. We'll go ahead and generate an image and leverage Gemini here, Imagen here. Big house in nature is always a good place to start with real estate. And here are some of the RSS feeds that we have, or some of the sources that we are going to, run through and enhance with Gemini and Imagen. We're currently using the latest versions of Gemini to stay up to date with all the current developments. So here it's taking the RSS feed of Homelight and it's running it through Gemini to actually gain some further insights and get some additional information to enhance any articles. It is also generating an image utilizing Imagen. You can see the prompt that I suggested was a big house in nature, and we got exactly that. This is a gorgeous house. This is actually a house I would love to live in. You can also see that it generated an article, Shining a Light in Tech for Humanity, a look back. This is talking about AI and the ability to incorporate it with nature. Not necessarily the most real estate friendly, but it is particular to this Homelight newsfeed. A couple of different things that we've incorporated with this demo is the ability to edit and improve just with a click of a button. So say there's a particular section that I didn't necessarily want, didn't necessarily like, didn't fit with the flow of what my company was trying to promote. We can go ahead and just delete this and not even have to worry about it. We can then Click save here, and then your article has now been edited. We are also working on a translate feature for Spanish and Portuguese with more languages to come. Additionally, you can download the image and copy the entire article. We can automate this process, and it really allows us to automate any form of content generation for you, for anyone who's interested. Another demo that utilizes Dialogflow is this car customer service agent. We have utilized Dialogflow. Sorry, I keep grabbing the wrong mouse. I've got two mouses here. All right. Another demo is a car customer service agent. It utilizes Dialogflow, and it helps power a top-notch customer service agent. Not only does it utilize Dialogflow, but it also uses cloud functions to check for available appointments, book appointments, and look for the closest nearest dealership. It also uses the calendar API and distance matrix APIs to schedule that calendar and search for how close the nearest dealership is to your specific location. Let's kind of see what this demo looks like in more of a polished format. Here we can type anything we want, but I prefer to just use the suggested actions. It makes life a little bit easier. So here we said I wanted to book an appointment. So now the Dialogflow agent has started to ask me a couple of questions back. For if we need a few things, what is the model of your Porsche? 1911 would be my model of Porsche if I had one. You can see it generates a nice pretty image of 1911, and then it's asking me for the current mileage of my car. Keep an eye on this right-hand side. It's going to be gathering some information throughout this entire engagement. The current mileage, we'll just do 76563, some random numbers here. You can see the Dialogflow agent's actually just taking that number that I inputted and spitting it back to me, but it's actually corresponding with a particular database that the car dealership has given us based on particular mileage of the car. This is the specific planned maintenance that the car needs to go through. Not only is it asking me, or not only it's telling me I'm due for a plan, it's asking me to search for the closest dealership. We'll go ahead and say yes. So now you can see this is using the Maps API. I've currently given my browser access to my location, so it should be pulling my location here in just a second. And so we'll go ahead and click apply here. And now that we've applied the location, you can see it's already selected my address just outside of Denver. The next steps would be selecting a time for my appointment. What would be the best day of the week in the next 7 days? Friday, and then Friday afternoon. So you can see, thanks. In order to make an appointment, I'll need your email address to send the invitation over. This is going to ask for my email. And if I were already a user, it would already have this captured and stored in my profile. I can sign in here and I wouldn't have to enter this every time. It has now created a ticket for me. So let's kind of review some of the information that the agent has captured. It's captured a bunch of information in regards to my vehicle, the mileage, the car model, and the planned maintenance. Got some booking information. So here's my ticket number. So if I go to the dealership, I can just present them like, hey, here's my appointment ticket. I'm ready to be serviced. And included some personal information. As I said, if we were to sign in here, it should already have all this personal information, making it that much easier for the next go around. It's also included some information about the car dealership, time to drive, 37 minutes, Lakewood, and 30 miles. So it gives me some information that I can actually plan my trip and actually be there on time. Last but not least, it's captured my location here. This is just a small fraction of what Dialogflow can do. We can incorporate a handful of different APIs, webhooks, and cloud functions to really create your self-service agent and whatever that looks like for you and your company. This next demo is going to be a demonstration of a vector database and a vector search. So leveraging two vector databases, one with candidate profiling information and one with job requirements, and is going to do a vector search to determine which one of these candidates is going to be the best fit for your potential job. Step one is going to be embedding the job listings for future reference. So we take this and we embed them into a vector database using the embedding service with Cloud Run and an embedding LLM on Vertex AI. The next step would be to upload all of the resumes or the CVs that you guys have for the potential job, and then embed those into a vector database as well. And then the third step would then be to search that vector database. So let's kind of see what that looks like in a user interface. This is something that we actually use internally. We have 400 to 500 engineers globally. So we have a lot of resources that we need and a lot of different projects that we're focusing on at any given day. So in particular, I'm interested in finding a DevOps engineer who's proficient in Docker and Google Cloud. Here is that job matching description that has been inputted in that vector database. There's a couple of different things that we can do. For example, we can edit the number of candidates we want. I keep it at 20 just because it's an easy number for us. And then there's actually a matching percentage as well. You can make it regional. But if we go ahead and click find candidates, it should actually pull up some of our internal employees here. You can see not only does it have the name, but it also has their country and whether or not they're active, or if they're busy working on another project, they won't be active. And additionally, it's also got a percentage score. So this is 83% match based on that vector search. You can see in my requirements, the minimum was 70%. So all of these should be over 70%, and 75 being the lowest. And to take it a step further, we've actually added the ability to view these resumes as PDFs. So not only do you have the embedded search, but you can actually look at your top candidates and view their entire resumes and see if there's anything else that sets these candidates apart from each other. And Gemini is, okay, so that's it for the demos. And then this is going to be just where Gemini can come into play. Generative AI is transforming how we capture and utilize information. We've already showcased how it can be beneficial in the finance industry through an enterprise knowledge solution. This can also correlate to the e-commerce industry with helping with inventory management. Manufacturing can benefit from this through defect recognition and inventory maintenance. Healthcare, Gemini has a version called MedPalm that is specifically designed for the healthcare industry. It helps with redacting personally identifiable information and allows you to actually use that other information to gain further insights and better improve the system that you guys have in place. And then with recruitment, we've already showcased where we can create a vector database to find your most reliable candidates and your most accurate candidates. All of these are just a small portion of where Gemini can enhance the industry and ecosystem that you guys operate in. If you guys are curious on where we can help in your particular industry, this is definitely something our account team can help with, and I'll go ahead and hand it over to them to go into further detail around that.
Thank you, Andrew, for the introduction and for showcasing those amazing demos. I would like to speak about how you can implement AI into your business across various domains, because in my role in Zazmic, I work a lot with clients and I help them, as Zazmic, we help them implement Google Cloud and AI services into their business. So let's say you have a company in finance and you can definitely use AI for fast and secure payment processing, automating a lot of various manual tasks, such as data entry and document processing. If you have a loan application, you can automate risk assessment, candidate scoring. So this means faster loans and better and faster business for your clients. You can use AI for fraud detection, for accurate forecasting and predictive analytics, which can improve your sales as well and serve your customers much better. For e-commerce companies, we see a lot of use cases where companies implement translation services, making their products available for their users globally in any country, in any languages, multiple languages native for the users. So of course, it improves the customer satisfaction and engagement and increases sales overall. You can use AI for intelligent order processing and tracking. For customer service, we implement a lot of AI chatbots that can communicate and present answers to your users about your products. It can redirect users to the specific pages or guide on specific next steps that fit your business needs. You can improve with AI website search and product recommendations based on previous user searches. which is also very useful. For manufacturing, for this industry, defect recognition comes to my mind first. Parts inventory, classification and sales enablement are very often in common use cases. In the healthcare companies, what we see, they are digitizing patient records a lot, where you take a handwritten medical record, read it and transcribe it. And further, this information could be used for diagnosis, for prescriptions. You can also automate a lot of things using AI. You can automate booking meetings with patients, following up. You can create AI embedded applications for helping with diagnosis and so on. And let's speak about recruitment. You can create AI embedded platforms that help candidates and jobs find each other, as Andrew was showing before. You can score candidates, you can automate following up, interview rounds, storing the candidates, and just make all user experience much better and the steps much faster, which is great for business. And you can see there is a lot of potential in AI, and one step as how we help our customers start using AI is a great Google funded initiative that we have. Those are AI workshops, and I will be happy to speak more about those workshops. So these AI workshops are free of charge for you as business because they're covered by Google. And those are 2 one-hour sessions. At the first session, we learn more about your business, your specific use case. We analyze how you're going to use AI and how we can implement it. So this is basically a discovery stage. And the second session is a recommendation, and the session where we come to you with all our recommendations of exactly showing how we will implement this AI into your business. This will be an architecture diagram with all estimates, following steps, estimates on Google Cloud spending as well. So you will have a scope of work ready for you for POC development, and we can be very happy to assist you with implementation as well. That can be the start of your AI journey. And speaking about AI implementation, if you need for this to move to Google Cloud, we are happy to assist you with this as well. And our process of migration to Google Cloud is very seamless and transparent, as the first step is usually discovery, where we learn more about your business and your goals. We plan migration with various stages that we discuss and agree with you. Then we perform migration. And additionally, we support you after migration. We have post-migration support, monitoring, setting up login, and ongoing optimization for your infrastructure. So we provide a lot of assistance with this step as well. And to show you how we work with seamless migrations and the tool that we use internally, AI Migration Factory, and demonstrate how it makes the migration seamless, I pass the microphone to Yuri, who will be happy to demonstrate it.
Thank you, Natalia. Yes, I will demonstrate you how AI is used in our company for real scenarios. As you saw from the presentation by Andrew, Document AI is quite a powerful solution to process documents like invoices or different kind of PDFs, and to automate some routine work which require a lot of attention. Our migration tool is a good extension of the Google philosophy of agents. So we built an utility which helps us on our day-to-day activities, and under supervision of our specialists, it helps us in migration-related tasks. Whom this tool is designed for? First of all, is for IT managers or business owners who are considering migration from one infrastructure to another and would like to get, in a very simple and fast way, some guidelines about possible costs, timelines, and efforts which would be spent on this. And that is what we've built here using this migration microservices. So if you can see from our architecture, it consists of the web application, which is integrated with the Dialogflow and Vertex AI. In Vertex AI, we are using Gemini 1.5.pro version, which solves greatly the tasks related to parsing PDFs, invoices, and documents processing. You can see this in action on this screen. So that's a web interface. We assume two ways of connectivity. First, we can upload AWS bill. On our scenario, we consider the migration from one platform like AWS to another platform. User can upload his bill or he connect to that system directly. To connect to that system, we need access key or secret key, but to make it simpler, you just can upload your file, which you get on a monthly basis, and get it from there. After the file will be uploaded, you will see the migration plan. So simple as it is. You will see which plans, which steps it consists of. You would be able to choose one option or another in that migration process. Depending on your in-house expertise or available specialists, you may want to choose one or another approach and to see how that will impact the estimate and efforts of the migration. And also you can build the migration plan based on that. For any of those options, we highlight that sub-steps, what it would take to do that migration itself. You can cross-check, double-check. So actually, it should be always the specialist or always the user for the critical analysis of these suggestions. We see this content is generated on the go, and we can double check, okay, this migration in my scenario will take about 6 hours. Right from this tool, I have the possibility to prepare SOW, which will export this data to the document. I can share the document with my management team or with my partners to discuss timelines and efforts which are required for this migration. As well, we could do cost comparison and compare different platforms and different services. So how does it actually work? When we uploaded AWS invoice in the first stage, it usually consists of the resources and units per month which you actually spend. We have this information publicly available, costs of services for multiple platforms as well as for Google platform. And we can compare them, and you can see obviously where you can save some budget after the migration. Does this migration make sense for you? Is it reasonable or not at all? You see all these steps where you can save costs or what budget you will have after the migration itself. So that's how it works, and that's how we solve this migration scenario. And as I mentioned, the key features of this is generation of the migration plan for the people who are not technical experts or would like to get this plan faster to just have an understanding of what would it take. You can get the effort estimation. You can guess what amount of resources you would need to do this migration. You can do cost analysis, and actually in next steps in the future, we are going to extend that functionality without end-to-end migration scenario. The benefits of users, as I covered, is to have the cost optimization, the transparency. You have immediately the information, what would it take as a result of this migration. You can get this based on that information we highlight on our dashboard. And that solution overall simplified the decision making. You have all what you need to make your decision, either to proceed or to plan it or so on. So that's it. That's how it works. And thank you. I go back to Natalia.
Thanks, Yuri. Speaking of cost optimizations, I have a few insights that I wanted to share about how to save money for your business with Zazmic. So another type of workshops, as I was speaking before, is cost optimization workshops that are, again, 2 one-hour sessions where we will speak about your current infrastructure. We will analyze your business needs, what resources you are using, What are your risks in security? If there are any, we will analyze your performance, any bottlenecks, cost drivers. So basically, we will check everything on your infrastructure. And at the second session, that is recommendation session, we will come up with a plan for improvements in your infrastructure to optimize your costs, to enhance your security, to reduce cost and improve in general performance, and address any questions. And if you are willing to, we will help you to implement those recommendations as well. And additionally, we will be able to suggest any applicable discounts that can be committed use discounts. In some cases, they can help you save up to 57% just on cloud costs. That's a lot. You will get resource analysis and also alert configuration set, so you can always be in control of your cloud spending. That's very important for business. And on top of that, we can also additionally offer you our partnership benefits. So as we mentioned that Google is premier partner to Google, we have some additional benefits like monthly discounts that is up to 5% that can be used on your all GCP spending. You get with that very convenient payment terms and payment methods. You get a dedicated account manager working with you, answering on all your questions related to Google Cloud services, providing you with free billing support, reviewing your plans if you're on the best plan, or you can save more if you have any committed use discounts or any other cost optimization recommendations. You can get access to the programs and our guidance on Google-funded programs and initiatives like the workshops that I mentioned before. We can get you $500 in credits for your GCP usage, and access to Skill Boost for any learning and training that you're interested in Google Cloud. So if you have any questions about how this works, next steps, or any other details, please feel free to contact me. And in a moment, Marcus will tell you more about how you can contact us. So I'm happy to give the stage back to Marcus.
Thank you, Natalia. Apologies, I'm just having a slow laptop moment. So yeah, obviously the question is basically how to proceed if you're interested in kind of any of the topics we've talked about. And specifically, I guess, you know, what we've covered today, obviously, has just been around the space of, you know, if you are trying to understand where to begin with AI, you know, we can obviously assist with that. If you've tried to develop your own AI solutions and you've hit a wall, obviously that's again where our kind of extended services can be covered. As I mentioned, we are a software development business, so we build with GCP, we build solutions on GCP, but not only that, we obviously bring you as a customer to GCP as well to get the benefits of the whole platform. So yeah, what we touched on earlier was around the migration packages and the AI workshops. So specifically, you can scan this QR code that's on the screen right now if you want to use this as a starting point just to book an appointment with us. Alternatively, you will be reached out and contacted by our marketing teams as well after this meeting ends. So don't worry, you will have access once you have that email in your inbox. So please do check your inbox basically after this webinar. But yeah, ultimately, we wanted to just cover some questions that have come in actually during the session as we've been speaking. So one of the main questions was how do you get access to Google funded workshops? So essentially, the initial starting point is a 30-minute consultation call with Natalia or members of our team here at Zazmic. Where we'll just go through, you know, understanding what are the kind of areas that you're trying to address for your business, what's your kind of goals and your plans in terms of implementing a solution, whether it's AI or whether it's migrating to GCP. And once we kind of understand what your challenge is and how we can assist with that, essentially what we will then proceed with is kind of working with designing, what that potential solution would look like. And then we work with Google then as part of this Google funded process. We work with Google to submit an application for funding on your behalf. So simply what it is just basically when you are clear that you have a intention to move with a project with us or with Google, we will simply initiate the process with Google following that. So like I said, a first initial 30-minute consultation is enough to start the process. And then once we begin the actual kind of funding, and once that's approved, you will be working with our project management team, who are the coordinators of our engineering team. So whether you require migration engineers or you require front-end or back-end developers, perhaps you need machine learning experts, our project management team will coordinate those experts from the Zazmic team to work as a dedicated team on your account. And then obviously, as we are a partner with Google are part of this conversation throughout. So again, like we'll collaborate together just to make sure that you get the best out of GCP and the best in terms of what benefits are available to you as organizations. So pretty much, like I said, the initial starting point is a quick 30-minute consultation, and then we can start you on the process after that. Just looking as well, I think we had a question just around the AI migration tool. So one of the questions was, perhaps Yuri, I might ask you to answer on this one, but it was around the pricing estimation and the accuracy of that. Maybe if you want to just cover how that pricing estimation is created.
Yeah, of course. So as I mentioned, we analyzed that invoice we got from one platform provider, and we can see from this invoice resources consumption line by line. And we can find equivalence between multiple platforms for these services. For example, we can address the pricing and costs for Google Cloud Run services at Google at public available website, where we can see costs per consumption, and we can use this information. And that's actually small steps which compose the total composition of the price. And actually we provided very transparently the whole process. And if, for example, you have the virtual machine with 2 cores and 16 megabytes of memory and SSD, we have this in mind. We use this information to match exactly how much would it cost on another platform provider. And as a result, you get the same equivalent configuration with the costs of another provider. That's it. And that's how we build the total price. So it's pretty accurate and can be used for your consideration and future planning. I hope that was the answer to the question.
Cool. And I think we had one other question, actually. A lot of interest around the AI migration tool was, I think we mentioned about potential new features that are going to be added to the tool. Is there anything in particular you want to call out around that, Yuri?
Yeah, of course. So we have quite a lot of interesting tasks in our roadmap. So the functionality I represented, you noticed the simplistic approach of this one. So you just upload your invoice, get results, you can generate SOW, understanding of costs as well. However, also what kind of features we work on? First of all, integration with other cloud providers. Migration from Microsoft, for example, Azure. One of interesting feature is for people who would like to manage that process end-to-end. For example, I demonstrated the migration scenarios using the user interface. But we also work on scripts which would be useful for more technical people. So using Gemini Pro, we will generate scripts, YAML file, configuration files, and that will be part of the automation itself. So the people who would like to get deep into details of the migration, because they have some internal procedures and standards, would be able to manage this process. With that, generative AI will generate for us the major part of it based on the context and knowledge base, but we as technical experts would be able to customize it in that migration process. And mentioning about that, also another feature would be to take into consideration previous experience of migration. For all the migrations done with that tool, we keep the historical tracking of this, and that will be possible to adjust the estimates based on real experience. And those cases when the migration actually took a bit longer or shorter, it will be possible to impact that prediction phase and get more accurate answers as a result of this tool. So quite a lot of work is going on right now on this one. So I hope that was the good answer. Thank you.
Very detailed, super. Thanks, Yuri. So I don't see any more questions coming in at the moment. So yeah, I hope everyone's had something to consider now. And like I mentioned, as you're moving in towards planning for next year, please do keep us in mind. And like we said, you will be reached out by our marketing team afterwards, should you need a link to book an appointment with our team. Alternatively, the QR code on the screen obviously is available as well. But it's been a pleasure to present to everyone today. We look forward to hopefully seeing you again in the future. And yeah, have a great rest of the year. We should talk soon. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye.